Hey, how's it going? I'm going to showcase my base here. Base I built with my friends. It's a fun little adventure. Not the most cosmetically pretty, but it certainly keeps people out. Obviously with this massive wall going around. But the reason this wall exists is we started to notice they were firing over the ledge and using it as cover. So that definitely was a good addition. I mean, they can still make holes in it, but at least we know where they're shooting from, right? I'm kind of lazy, so I'm going to put down a mini bike here, because I'd rather not walk the whole thing. But, oh my god, I didn't put gas in the thing. Alright. Funny hopping down the hills. Usually how many bikes go in this game. I'm amazed by how the terrain usually turns out too in random generations. It's kind of crazy. So down here we have an entrance, sort of hidden on you. Right next to a trader too. Convenient. Kind of cutting through the wall there. I can see everything. Oops. Alright. Yeah, I guess I should lower the ceiling a little bit. Kind of squish getting in. Actually, down below you can see that there's a lot of land claims placed. When we're driving, you can go to the wall. Everything inside of these borders here is land claimed to stop people from getting on the ceiling of the building. We made little spider tunnels and just sort of went through those, placing claim blocks. It was a fun little job there. Whoa! One thing I like about coming down these hills is there's no obstacles like on the mountains, so you don't end up hitting rocks and getting sent flying too high. So the tunnel does exit in different spots there. You can go out different directions. But if anyone tries to come in, there's spike pits to stop them. That doorway leads up to the surface. Really cosmetic stuff. I guess you could just exit the base normally, you know, like normal people, but anyway, that's what we did. Got a garage in here with a gas pump and just a place to put our mini bikes. I've always found the spotlight on the mini bike pretty amazing. You can literally cover a lot of distance. Very good at night. You can just park it here and everything's lit up. Battery lasts a long time too. Anyway, I'll show you outside before we go inside. Now this is all painted black. But the reason it's painted black is to hide the fact that there are spikes here. Pretty nifty little trick. Now this is open up, so we can take a look inside right now. The concept is that if someone tries to get to where these bars are, and they dig underneath, you can break this block, or sorry, you can break this block here, and then stand up here. But it doesn't matter, because you can't actually jump up if you break another block above it, because there's a gap here. So you would just be breaking blocks forward and end up in the dirt wall. It's a pretty fun little design. It's actually underneath here as well. The idea is that you go into the base underneath and come up in here, and you can shoot people from behind while they're trying to break in. The concept really is that no matter where they are, hopefully you can get somewhere and shoot them, right? You don't want them to be able to get underneath. This is really nice for zombies. You can shoot them. perfect for when you don't actually want to go and fight them, right? But down here, if they do try and go underneath, if anyone tries to get into the base, they'll have to, well, they won't be able to go backwards. They'll fall down one square, and because they're standing on ground lower than the square they're breaking next to them, they can't jump up on top of it. They literally have to break all the way back into the mountain, and then finally break up to the mountain in order to get out. So if someone's trying to break in, they have to commit early. And you can shoot them too. They won't be able to move, but you can shoot them. It is structurally sound because there's plates on top, and these plates actually support everything. So that's pretty cool. This is a very, very nifty invention. The elevator, basically the hatches push you up because you can't stand in the same square, and it warps you up. So you can literally go maybe 200 floors in 5 seconds. It's the reason our tower is so tall and we have no problem with it. So we'll go inside and take a look there. Another little spike pit to stop people from getting in. So the outside wall is sort of holding, obviously people get frustrated when they can't get in, so they try to collapse the base. The outside wall is holding up the outside wall, but it's actually not holding up anything important, so if anyone tries to collapse that, they'll find it's not really with a purpose. This center pillar in the center of the base is what's holding everything important up, and it's also what I guess you could say is holding our storage up, because the storage is inside this pillar. This is basically a way to drop out of the pillar down here. This is one exit. We have multiple exits, but that's one way down. It brings you into this room of doors, and you're probably thinking, oh my god, what the hell, there's a million doors everywhere. Yeah, I'm sure that's what anyone breaking in would think too. And there are a few chests in here with weapons and whatnot, but oops. As you can see, it's cement behind all these doors, except for the right one. Another elevator to take you to the top. We'll go to the top in a bit, but I'll just show you everything around here first. This is bulletproof glass. You can sort of look out of here and then shoot when you want to. This is sort of repeated for multiple floors, so it's less obvious where you're shooting from. And of course, this area up here, you have a little less view. You can't hit them as easily, but this counts as a wall, so it's for whatever reason darker in here. You can sort of stay more hidden. Nice little spots to shoot out of when you're trying to retaliate. You don't want to be seen. Previously, we did have a room downstairs that we used to live in. We've sort of moved on, but it's still there. And this is how you sort of access the center pillar where we built it. So this was sort of important for going down to the mining shaft. As you can tell, like it's kind of being gutted. There's forges and different things missing. But it used to be a lot more involved. And that's where we used to live down here. But this is our connection to our mining shaft as well. Woohoo! This is where we put all our flame blocks in. I have enough doors, my god. So it's a very normal mining shaft. It just goes a pretty big distance. Got some mushrooms hidden in that room there. Swear to god, that mushroom room is more secure than most parts of our base. So this is why I love the elevator. You can go straight from the bottom to the very top very quickly. See some claim blocks in there. So you can see our elevation is actually 177. So you're probably thinking, what the heck, why is it so colorful? This room is sort of symmetric, so people sort of say, where the heck am I, and where, which door am I supposed to go in? That's why it's color coded, to make it a little bit easier. We have a balcony that you shoot out of, and to be honest, a lot of people don't actually see you up here. For whatever reason, I guess it's just very hard to spot people in the distance. And when you shoot directly down, they're looking at other windows, wondering where you are. The gunshots sound just as loud when you're way above them. So it's actually deceptively quite stealthy. And, unless they're already looking up there and expecting you to be there. And if you want a quick way down, there's an exit. It takes you right down to where we came from. So I'll show you our storage room now. It's black in here, so anyone who doesn't really know where they're going is not going to be able to see what's going on as quite as much. These are actually hay bales, but they're painted over. So this is our storage room. And it has maybe 25, 30 lanes of concrete above it. And then if anyone ever gets through those, there's a gap of a couple spaces. Wow, it's very shiny in here. And spikes. This ladder won't actually be here. It's just here to sort of show what's going on. But basically someone breaks through this after going through all the cement and ends up on a spike pit, so it's very difficult to get down through the roof. And we have our guns on the right side here, sort of sorted out. Armor sets, crossbows, and sledgehammers, tools. The idea is you can go to the craft bin and grab your metal, go over to the workbench, make what you want. You've got food and all the typical health stuff, and other boxes for other things. Electronics and parts. We've got a sorting box. It tends to have whatever in it. And then of course cement and concrete mix. This is where all the magic happens for building the base. Some people man the furnaces more than others. We've got stone and iron and brass, wood, clay, and that all just sort of gets mixed into materials with the cement mixers. From there we have construction parts and different things that we build from. We have some extra workbenches for building, a couple boxes of gas, and we even have some personal chests in this wall here. We've got some names in the different boxes, so not too much in there. But military armor and then armor sets. We did manage to make a few max military armor, so that was pretty cool. When you drop down this hole, the idea was that there was a hatch here that you had to open. So you just open it and you walk forward. But while that person who's trying to break in, since they can't open it, they have to break it, well, this space under their feet is actually open for bullets going through. Well, auto turrets can shoot both sides of their feet, from behind and from the sides. And you probably would not be able to retaliate since you can't back up. You can't move. All you can do is just break whatever's around you or try and shoot back. I don't think they would be able to survive that. As you might have noticed, there's no auto turrets. This base does not have electricity. We used to have battery banks on top of the chests here. Electricity unfortunately corrupts sometimes, and it messes up the server. So we've had that banned on the server, unfortunately, but hey, I'm sure they'll fix it in a future patch. Mushroom room. Nice deep blue. We've got lots of mushrooms. I just realized I haven't shown you the garden upstairs either. Oh well, with elevators you can get up just as fast, so there's actually no way to get back up once you're in the storage room. Well, there is, but what I meant to say is that there's no way to get back up to the storage room from down here, other than you have to go down from the very top, and that's for security reasons. That's sort of the way it's made. The drop back down actually has multiple stops. It'll stop you in that room down below in the mining shaft, but it'll also stop you here at the front door. And of course, the elevator has multiple areas you can go up from. Always love taking this thing. Alright. So here we've got our garden. The crops change frequently. Right now, I think this is paint in mass production. You got all sorts of colors here. I think these plants are all needed for paint. Obviously, you don't want someone shooting you while you're in your garden, so there's these here. But you can open them to fire back if teammates are elsewhere and you're needing to see what's going on. That being said, I probably wouldn't try it. I mean, the moment you open this thing, it's pretty noticeable, right? You'd have to open almost all of them. Random chest. So it's sort of designed so it's one way. When you come up on top of this, and then you have to jump down. I can't get back up, but or to get back in, and there's spikes underneath here, so you have to put these down in order to walk across. Yeah, that's pretty much the base. Inside the wall, going into the main room, there's actually a gap in the wall, and that gap is definitely a good spot to put things. Sorry if that got a little bit louder. Oh my gosh, I can't even get out of it. Well, basically, it goes all the way around the outside, and it's designed for people to drop down. It's where the elevators go, it's where windows that you shoot out are placed, and just so everything isn't lined up or supporting this wall here is supporting the center, and the outside wall and everything attached to it is separate. So it's just for structural reasons and for room to put maybe electricity that we were going to, but we never did. Anyway, that's the base. There was actually one other thing. We were going to do windows that we shoot out that were covered in water. So you can shoot out of the water, but when they look at you, they don't really see you at all, unfortunately. For fairness reasons, we didn't do that. I mean, we wouldn't really want people complaining, saying we're trying to glitch and hide ourselves as we're shooting. I mean, yeah, it's not cheating, but I mean, it's debatable, right? I mean, if they can't see you and you're just shooting them over and over, how is that fair, right? So, we didn't do that. Anyway, that's the base. Hooray.